Hey socialites, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Ariell. I create mainly beauty videos, fragrance, and lifestyle vlogs. So if that's the type of content you're into, I would love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. So 2023 has come to an end. We're just days away from 2023 being over. This year has been some amazing releases in beauty, and I was fortunate enough to try a lot of the new releases. So let's talk about the best makeup launches in 2023. Some of these products are my favorites and some were just some standout products in general. But before we get started, it is day 17 in Vlogmas, meaning I'm uploading a video every single day in the month of December. So let's unlock day 17 in our Sephora Advent calendar. Okay, so day 17, we got a Vegamore Hydrate Leave-In Conditioner. I'm actually excited to try this out because I wanted to get this product during the sale, but I didn't. I ended up getting the Vegamore shampoo and conditioner, which I really like. That's something that I hadn't told you guys about. I actually like the Vegamore products. So I'll let you guys know how the leave-in works for me. Comment down below if you've tried any of the Vegamore products. So this isn't going to be in any particular order. I'm just going to go for the products that stood out to me the most this year. So first up is the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. This has become my #1 favorite concealer. Absolutely beat out my last one. Not by much, but it beat it out. It's a reformulation. They reformulated it this year and I absolutely love it. I find that this concealer is super easy to blend. It gives you full coverage and minimal creasing, very minimal creasing. The way it feels is so creamy, almost buttery. Absolutely love it. And the color I find is perfect, you guys. I wear the color 4,5N, which is a neutral shade that's not too much lighter than my skin tone, and it just gives me a very natural highlight under the eye area. Standout product. Next up is my One Size powder from Patrick Starr. This is the ultimate setting powder in the shade Ultra Pink. This is a powder that launched this year, and I was a little uncertain how the shade would look on African American skin tones. Pleasantly surprised to fall in love with this. The color is unlike anything I've tried in a setting powder. It gives ultra natural, almost the most natural, if not the most natural looking shade that I've ever tried in a setting powder, surprisingly. Let's talk about the packaging. You open up the packaging and it's just top tier the way they have it in here. It allows you to use less product and not waste as much. Gives you a flawless smooth finish under eye, and it's become my most reach for powder out of any powder I own. It's not heavy and it's actually a setting powder that you can use all over. Next up is a finishing spray. I'm pretty sure you guys can guess what this is. I've been raving about it since it came out, and it's the LYS Natural Finishing Spray. Now this launched, I think, in the summertime, and it's this is one that when I first used it, I instantly, almost like the Patrick Starr powder, when I used it for the first time, I instantly said, wow, she's different. The claims of this is to give you a natural matte finish, and when I first used it, I had my makeup on already for about 5 hours when it came in the mail, and I just wanted to test it out, so I sprayed it all over. Immediately saw that it gave my skin just a soft matte finish that slightly soaked up a little bit of the shine that I had on my face at the moment. Ever since me and her been best friends, I love her. She's up there with the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. If you haven't tried this, give it a try. If you have, comment down below. Let me know what you think about it. Next product is a skin tint. Disclaimer, I'm going to be having a separate video coming out of the best foundations and skin tints that came out this year, because this video would be too long if I added all of those, but I had to add this one in there. So it's the Hourglass Veil Skin Tint. It gives a super natural skin finish that allows your skin to show through and allows your skin to take on an added bit of luminosity. Love the finish of this product. You get about a light to medium coverage, which I love, especially when I go in with a couple powders, you know what I mean? I'm wearing it today, and you guys, I can't say enough good things about this. Super hydrating. If you're somebody who has oily skin, this is a skin tint that I feel like you still might be able to get away with a good oil controlling primer. Next is a product that you guys are probably tired of hearing about, but I like what I like. And this is a product that I pick up pretty much every time I do my makeup at this point. And it's another Hourglass product. It's the Hourglass Ambient Powder in the shade Eternal Light. So they launched 2 or 3 new shades this year, and this is the one that I've been gravitating towards the most. I'm wearing it today. Just gives you a beautiful luminosity to the skin. The color is perfect just to add that nice subtle glow to the skin. It is a finishing powder, so especially if you're somebody with oily skin that wants that beautiful glow, it will give you the look you're going for without adding oil content. Next up is another concealer product. Now, honestly, these are concealers that since they came out, surprisingly, I've been making myself put them down and not use them every single time just because I find that it's so easy, so creamy, creases very minimal, and it's the Haus Labs concealers. So Hos Labs launched concealers. I had to run to get these as soon as they came out. I ordered them because their foundation is so top tier to me. It's like in my top 3 favorite foundations. So I expected amazing things from this concealer, and it's really good. So honestly, the first time I used it, I was just tiny bit thrown off because it's medium coverage, so medium coverage that every time I use it, I do have to go back in with a second coat. But at this point, it doesn't even matter because it blends out so creamy and smooth. Especially when I'm doing the light makeup days, I reach for this often. These are really good concealers, super hydrating. They're not matte. It's just almost like a natural skin finish to them as well. So it looks perfect when you do your natural makeup looks. And if you can believe it, it creases even less than the Dior Forever Skin Correct. But the reason why Dior Forever Skin Correct is my #1 fave over this is because the Dior Forever gives you full coverage right off the bat. Next up is my most reached for primer at this point. Launched earlier this year, and it's the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Primer. So e.l.f. has the Poreless Primer in like a little potted form, which I've never used before, but this one came out and I said, okay, it's time to try it. Instantly fell in love with it. Love the way it feels in my hand. The consistency of it is really nice. It's smooth. So when you apply it to the skin, it just blends in smooth and seamlessly, and you can instantly see that it fills the pores. The price point, I think, is $10 or less. Also, my foundations that I find that get a bit shiny after about that 5-hour mark, I get at least 2 or 3 hours more with my makeup without shine with this. So it does help with the longevity of your makeup as well. Next product is a foundation. It's the Sephora Best Skin Ever Powder Foundation. So Sephora collection does have a Best Skin Ever liquid foundation. This year they've launched it in a powder form. This gives you medium to full coverage without looking heavy at all. You just have to remember not to apply too much. Gives you a beautiful finish to the skin. It's comparable to the Makeup Forever foundation powder, you guys. It's like my #2. I get about 5 hours on the skin before I get oily. So with the e.l.f. Putty Primer, I get about maybe 7 hours or so. Really good foundation, especially for the price. So if this is something you were thinking about but didn't want to splurge and get the Makeup Forever one, try this out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Next up is another foundation, which is my favorite powder foundation. It's the Makeup Forever Powder Foundation. This one launched this year. It's actually a reformulation and I love it. It gives you the most beautiful, silky, satin-like finish to the skin that is unmatched. Powder foundations, I found myself reaching for more than anything this year just because you can do your makeup a lot quicker than having to apply a liquid and then set with powder. Really, really good. The key to any powder foundation is just apply very, very, very little. A little bit goes a long way. Use a big fluffy brush, work it in circles. You'll be surprised. But when I wear this on the skin, you would not be able to tell that I didn't have on a full liquid foundation with everything else on top. Similar to the Sephora brand powder foundation, I get about 5 hours on the skin, about 7 or 8 with a good oil controlling primer. This is an any occasion foundation. You know how sometimes you have those foundations that you wear just on your light days when you're just running errands, and then you have your foundations that you break out for the special occasions when you know the cameras are going to be out, you're going to be taking pictures, or it's in low lighting. I find that this one stands up with all of the above. You can put this on almost like you're applying your Hos Labs foundation, meaning if pictures are going to be taken, low lighting, you don't have to worry about this not competing. She performs. Another Makeup Forever powder that I want to mention that's a standout, something completely unique than anything I have in my collection. It's the Makeup Forever Twist and Light powder. It's one of those that has like the compartments that has like 3 different shades. You twist the bottom and then it all settles together. You open it up and then just kind of swirl your brush into all the colors together. This is a beautiful setting powder. I feel like some people may be intimidated because it has a little bit of sheen or sparkle to it, but on the skin, it doesn't look shiny or sparkly. It just looks very radiant and luminous on the skin. This is another one that's good for somebody who has oily skin and you want to glow, but you want to still be matte. This will give you that glowy look without adding like the oil content to your face with like one of those dewy or luminous primers. You can still wear your matte primer. You can still wear your matte foundation. Throw this on and it's just gonna look like you have just a glow to the skin. It's a really nice powder and it works well with a lot of different foundations. Next product up is a lip product that's been out for a while, but they launched it in a few new shades this year. This is the Haus Labs Lip Crayon in the shade Mahogany. And it's a beautiful reddish brown shade. The reason why I love this one so much is not only is the formula a creamy, smooth formula, but then it's stiff enough to get precise application. Every time I use this, I get the line perfect almost the first time, which never really happens with lip liner. Lip liner takes me a little bit longer than you would think it takes, but with this, it's a lot quicker. But more than anything, it's the shade that I love so much. I don't really have a go-to lip liner that gives me this beautiful reddish brown hue. And I like that I get to switch it up with Mahogany Matte. I think it's Matte Mahogany is the name of the shade, Mahogany Matte. I get to switch it up because most of my lip liners are just straight up browns, whether it's a dark brown, a chocolate brown, or even a medium tone brown. This, I get to switch it up and get a whole different look to the lip. Next up is an eyebrow product. Now, this is a product that came out around the same time as the Makeup Forever Twist and Light, and it's the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Powder. Now, Benefit is iconic for their brow products. That's pretty much what they're known for. Y'all, this powder is everything. So easy to use. It's super pigmented, but not so pigmented that it just gives you a crazy looking brow, if you get what I mean. It's the most buttery, soft formula for long lasting. This one just hits different. I typically gravitate towards eyebrow pencils versus a powder, but this one just stood out to me. The way it feels, the way it applies, so smooth. You can get even strokes and it gives you a soft, more natural look. Love this. They did a great job on the formula. Next product is an eyeliner. It's the Perfect Strokes Felt Tip Liner from Rare Beauty. You guys, they did their thing with this. Most felt tip liners that I've used, they skip when you already have eyeshadow or makeup on and try to put it on, it skips, or it's not just super jet black. This was the best that I used at the time when I first tried it, you guys. So good. I love the packaging. Applies just as dark and smooth on bare skin as it does on makeup. It's stiff enough to give you a precise line, but then it's flexible enough to be comfortable on the contours of the eye. Most definitely a standout product for the year. Next up is a lip product, and this is the Plumping Lip Color from Makeup by Mario. I got 2 colors, one in the shade Hot Pink and one in the shade Caramel. You guys, these caught me by surprise. I'm not sure what I thought it was gonna be, but it's completely different. I thought because of the way it goes on the skin that it was going to be like a lip gloss. It's not. This is a lip color all on its own. So if you want a color that's bold but not too bold, and you don't want matte, you want something with a shine but not too much of a high shine, but not sticky. It's just such a different product. I've never used a lip product that felt quite like this, and that's why it's on the list mainly. Just looks good and it's super unique. Love these. They're easy to wear. They look good with liners. I wouldn't so much put them on top of like another lipstick or another lip product. Just great all on its own though. Next up is a mascara. I feel like this just crept in everybody's makeup collection one way or another, whether you wanted to get it or not. We just all ended up with it. Okay, the marketing on this was top tier and I've fallen in love with it actually. It's the Fenty Beauty Hella Thick Mascara. You guys, Rihanna did her thing with this. I know it was sort of mixed reviews on it because some people felt like it was like clumpy, but it's hella thick. That's what it was supposed to be. It really helps my lashes to stand out. I have little baby lashes. For something to help my lashes look fuller and longer, it's really saying something. I feel like it stood out above a lot of different mascaras this year. It helps with volume, it lengthens a little bit, it's super jet black, which I love. Definitely worth a try. Next product is a powder. It's the Nars Soft Focus Powder. Now this launched earlier in the year, you guys. Such a great powder product. This is one that I only use to set a liquid foundation. It does give coverage, so I prefer to use it with a liquid foundation that's not full coverage, but the finish is beautiful. If you're going somewhere that's like a night setting or special occasion where you want to look flawless and picture perfect, or if you're somebody that just likes to on the daily basis wear a full coverage flawless beat, this is for you. Flawless finish with this powder. So we're down to the last product, which is one that I've completely fallen in love with this year. I've raved about it so much. I hope y'all aren't tired of hearing about it. But once again, when I find something that's really good, I get excited about it, y'all. This is a very affordable product. It's the brow glue from Ardell. So when I did the collaboration with Walmart earlier this year, this was one of the products I picked out. I saw new right there. I'm like, new Ardell, let's try it. This was during that phase when I had become obsessed with brow lamination products like brow glues that would lay your hair down. And this one sort of stood out above the rest. It was up there with like the Refi and the high-end ones. And this is a Walmart, you know, it's like a drugstore product that's super affordable. You brush it through your brows, you wait about 30 seconds, and it just gives you ultra hold without being hard. I find that it's easy to sculpt the brows once this is in. It doesn't leave that cast or flakiness that a lot of the brow lamination products use, especially for the price. This one's worth a try. So that's it for the standout products that I've tried in 2022. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below. Let me know what are some of the standout new releases that you've tried this year. If you're new here, welcome. I would love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video. 'Cause I've been where you are. You're too scared to show me love. 'Cause too fresh with the scars.